Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you like Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, because I do. I'm considering at some point in the near future doing a cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit. But before I do that, there is some tone hunting in order. I'll show you why. So if I go to this recording, which is a playthrough I did last night alongside the original, you'll see that my guitar track sounds very much different to the original, certainly in terms of tone. So if I just press play now, I will start with a very short clip of just the band. This is just me. Okay, that sounds very much different from this kind of wild explosive thing that they've got going on. I thought my Fender Fuse preset was pretty good. I was very clearly wrong. So it's time to go tone hunting. Right, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of research. I found this epic website, kurtsequipment.com. You probably already guessed what the website's about. This section is under recording and tour gear and under Nevermind. So it talks about some of his guitars. So got a Mustang in there, a Jaguar, a new Stratocaster with a humbucker in the bridge. As I've only got a single coil, I'm stuck with that, which is not the end of the world because I love single coil. Also, apparently Kurt purchased a bunch of Japanese Strats, which I always thought he'd bought specifically to smash up at the end of shows, but apparently they were used as well. It also mentions that on some of the clean parts on Smells Like Teen Spirit, you're using an Electro Harmonix small clone, which I believe is a kind of chorus to get this kind of watery sound. So we'll take a look at chorus as well. Also, I think it's pretty much common knowledge at this point that either a DS1 or a DS2 was commonplace. In addition to that, it's also believed that he was using a Mesa Boogie Studio preamp and with some Marshall cabinets, and also using a Crown power amp. Okay, I'm not quite sure about how a power amp is going to work in Fender Fuse. Let's take that information and see what we end up with. This is what I've ended up with. This is the black box on Fender Fuse. It's the equivalent of a DS1 basically. So I've got distortion about here, level here, I've left filter. That seems reasonable. This is the American 90s amp, which is very clearly a Mesa Boogie. I have put noise gate on low. Let's have a look. Better than what I had before, but I still don't think it's quite there. I'm going to do a little bit more research and see if I can get that full wide sound. In fact, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to do a bit of research as well, but mainly what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put Smells Like Teen Spirit on the stereo in the same room as my amp, change things until it sounds wider and more explosive. Okay, I have made a couple of changes. I've moved the level down just a little bit, put the distortion up. I've left filter where it is on this black box, also known as a DS1, and I've put some arena reverb on, a little bit on 2, because apparently this was quite common. I was wrong about the noise gate, massively wrong. If you're going to use this much distortion, you need a heavy noise gate. So I'll put it on super, and then we'll have a demo. Right, now the question is, did it work? Well, I'm going to answer that question using this method. I've muted the band on my Audacity play along. I'm going to play me again. I'm extremely happy with that. Let's move on to the clean parts. I'm going to start with the studio preamp. I'm not actually going to change this. I'm going to put gain on 5 just to get kind of a neutral sound, so that we've got something coming through, but it's not colouring the sound so much that it kind of overtakes. Volume on 10. Treble. I'm going to leave treble. That, you know what I mean? We'll just a itty bit that way. Mid all the way. This is bass back there. This is pretty much the same as it is on the distorted channel, but it's going to be somewhat cleaner. I'm going to stick some arena reverb on as well. I'll take that down to 2, and I'll leave everything else. Oh, actually, let me change that to arena. Get it right. There we go. Okay, chorus. So if I go to modulation, I'll stick with sine chorus. Level, I want to bring us up a little bit. Rate, I think it's kind of subtle. Depth, I want to bring up a little bit. That I'll leave where it is. I'll put that up. I'll leave it where it is. Okay, rate, I want about there. It's very subtle. Let's try it. Everything sounds alright except the chorus does sound a bit robotic, so I'm actually going to take that off. I'm going to go back to modulation. I'm going to change it to tri-chorus. I'm going to bring the level up quite a lot so that we're still kind of in the mix. Rate, I'm going to put is still very subtle. Think about there. Depth, I'll bring up just an itty bit. I'll leave this as it is. I'll leave that as it is, and I'll test it. And I've got a feeling that'll be spot on. Yeah, let's get that small clone feel. Can we do black and purple? No, we'll stick with purple. That's a small clone. I'll save that, and let's test it. Yep, that sounds much more organic to me. So that's the distortion part sorted, the clean part for the verse and the pre-chorus. What's not sorted up to just is the clean intro. So I've deleted that chorus, and I'm going to save another version of this, and I'll call it Teen Spirit clean intro for that little chuggy bit at the beginning, and I'll put that there. Now I'll do a playthrough of all three. What I'll do when it comes time to record the cover is I will manually set the preset to clean intro to start with, and I will switch between A and B, i.e. distorted and clean, through the foot switch on the amp. Maybe it's not quite perfect, but it smells like Teen Spirit to me. Sorry, bad joke, I couldn't help it. If you want to compare my preset to the original, this is Nirvana's official YouTube page with the video on it. I'm going to put a link to it in the description, as well as a link for the 3 presets to come out of this. I should be doing the cover within the next few weeks or so. If you found this useful and you enjoyed it, please give me a like and consider subscribing. Feel free to mess with the preset, maybe you can improve it. Comment, maybe add a link to a OneDrive share or something like that. One final note on Fender Fuse before I let you go. When you are recording through Fender Fuse, it's best to have the preamp volume of whichever amp you've chosen on 10 to get a nice wide wave. But when you're playing by yourself just through the amp speaker, it's probably best to have it more around here, and then turn your master volume up and you'll get a much better sound. Right, that's all. Bye bye.